you crack into the world, blind, deaf, and completely useless. Congratulations, you're a kitten. No warm crib, no baby monitor. Just your mom's rough tongue scraping you clean and a pile of siblings elbowing you like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. And survival? Not guaranteed. Fun fact, 1 in 4 kittens won't even make it past 8 weeks. Yeah, life starts with a big fat maybe. Your first home? The shoebox. Or maybe under the couch, next to a dust bunny that's older than civilization. And cozy? Forget it. Warmth means burying your face in your siblings' armpits, hoping you got the good nipple. By the way, your eyes? Glued shut. Ears? Folded like broken origami. For 10 whole days, you're stumbling in the dark, navigating the universe by smell, like a tiny, drunk Roomba. And don't even get me started on digestion. You don't pee or poop on your own. Nope, mom has to lick you there. Romantic, huh? On TV, kittens look like soft, fluffy miracles. In reality, you're a fragile meatball with legs, desperately trying not to die. So yeah, life as a cat, it sucks. But stick around, because this survival nightmare comes with some wild biology and more drama than a soap opera. Let's roll it back. Here's what really happens in your early days. All right, so you've survived the first week. Congrats. But don't get cocky, because step 1 in kittenhood, still total dependence. Your mom, she's the real MVP. She's feeding you, cleaning you, and teaching you how to exist without immediately falling apart. Here's a fun fact. Kittens nurse every 2 hours. Every 2 hours. Imagine your mom's calendar. Feed, clean, nap, repeat. Basically, she's an unpaid barista with no time off. And you're not walking yet. You're sorta scooting, like a potato with ambition. By week 2, though, your eyes finally open. The world reveals itself. And it's blurry. Your eyesight's so bad you make Mr. Magoo look like a hawk. At 3 weeks, your ears pop open. Surprise! The world is suddenly loud. Your siblings squeaking, your mom meowing, and humans hovering like paparazzi with phone cameras. Now comes the fun part, learning to walk. Except walking is generous. It's more like a toddler on roller skates, legs going in 4 different directions, gravity winning every time. But practice makes perfect. By 4 weeks, you're wobbling around like a pro. And this is when the chaos really kicks in. Play fighting with siblings? Not just fun, it's training. Every pounce, every bite teaches you hunting skills you'll need later, even if your prey is just your brother's tail. Here's the fun fact. Kittens develop their social skills in this stage. Miss it, and you'll end up as that one cat who bites ankles for no reason. By 5 weeks, you're trying real food. Mom's milk bar is shutting down. Welcome to mushy kitten kibble, a meal that tastes like, well, disappointment. And let's talk litter box. At first, you have no clue. Your mom's been handling cleanup duty. Now it's on you. Cue trial and error. And error usually means oops on the carpet. But by 6 weeks, you've leveled up. You're exploring. You're curious. You're climbing furniture like you're auditioning for Mission Impossible. Another fun fact. This is peak cute overload. Big eyes, tiny body, oversized head. Humans melt. That's not an accident. It's evolution's way of making sure people want to keep you alive. But here's the catch. What humans call cute, you call dangerous. Every time they scoop you up, you're one slip away from belly flop doom. And don't forget toddlers. To them, you're basically a squeaky toy with fur. Good luck with that. By 8 weeks, you're weaned, you're mobile, you're semi-independent. Which sounds great, right? Except now you're officially in kitten kindergarten. You have to figure out how to be a cat in a world run by humans. And spoiler alert, that's where the real suck factor begins. So you've survived kittenhood. You're fluffy, curious, and just coordinated enough not to faceplant every 5 seconds. Welcome to cat adolescence. Spoiler, it's chaos. First off, freedom. You're exploring everything. The couch, a launch pad. The curtains, your personal climbing wall. And humans, they're screaming, "Get down from there," every 10 minutes. Fun fact, cats can leap up to 6 times their body length in a single bound, which is impressive until you miss and crash into the lamp. Now you're both injured and grounded. At around 4 months, your hunting instincts kick in. Doesn't matter if you're indoors or outdoors, you're stalking something. Dust motes, shoelaces, your owner's toes at 3 a.m. It's not playtime, it's practice for the kill. But here's the thing, if you're a house cat, your prey usually escapes. That red laser dot, it's mocking you, forever just out of reach. Congrats, your biology has doomed you to an eternal losing streak. Social life is weird. By 6 months, puberty hits. Oh yeah, welcome to hormones. If you're not spayed or neutered, you're suddenly Romeo with a fur coat, yowling at the window, spraying the sofa, and fighting every rival in sight. Fun fact, unneutered male cats roam up to 3 miles looking for mates. That's like walking from your kitchen to another town, just to get rejected. And the mating rituals? Not cute. The romance involves screaming, biting, and general awkwardness. It's less Lady and the Tramp, more horror movie on fast forward. And if you're a female, congrats, you can crank out multiple litters a year, each up to 6 kittens. Your body is basically a baby factory, and the rent is not even good. Humans complicate everything. Let's talk about your human overlords. On one hand, they feed you. On the other, they make you wear banana costumes for TikTok. Fun fact, cats were worshipped as gods in ancient Egypt. Now, thousands of years later, you're trapped in a Christmas sweater posing for Instagram. How the mighty have fallen. And then there's the vet, the most terrifying Uber ride of your life. You're shoved into a plastic box, tossed in a car, and delivered to a stranger who stabs you with needles. Every cat knows, the carrier is basically a one-way trip to trauma. But life isn't just slapstick. There are real challenges. Indoor cats, they get bored. So bored, they eat too much. Fun fact, over 60% of pet cats are overweight or obese. That's not just chunky cute. That's diabetes, joint pain, heart issues. Basically, your owner is loving you to death with treats. Outdoor cats, they face predators, cars, disease, and they're a menace themselves. Studies show cats kill billions of birds and small mammals every year. Sorry, ecosystem. And then there's the big one. Humans move, abandon pets, or keep them, but ignore them. Cats may act independent, but they bond. Loneliness is real. The climax of cat life. Here's the kicker. You've adapted to survive alongside humans. You've got razor claws, night vision, ninja reflexes. You're built for the wild. But instead, you're stuck in a 2-bedroom apartment watching pigeons through glass. Your DNA says apex predator. Your reality says couch potato. It's kind of tragic and kind of hilarious because even with all this frustration, you thrive. You charm humans, you bend households around your routine, you rule the internet. Fun fact, cats spend 70% of their lives sleeping. That's 16 hours a day. So yeah, most of your survival strategy, it's literally just napping. So through all the chaos, the crashes, the hormones, the boredom, the humans, you endure. And that's kind of incredible. But your story doesn't end here. Because after all those years of surviving kittenhood, adolescence, and adulthood, what happens when you finally slow down? So here you are. You've battled your way through kitten chaos, awkward adolescence, and years of dodging vacuum cleaners, cucumbers, and poorly timed belly rubs. Now, you're older, wiser, maybe a little rounder. Your hunting days, slower. Your jumps, not quite as spring-loaded. Instead of crashing into lamps, you're napping in sunbeams. 16 hours a day, which, to be fair, was always the plan. Here's another fun fact. Domestic cats can live up to 18 years on average. Some even hit their 20s. That's twice as long as their wild cousins. Why? Because despite all the suck, humans feed you, shelter you, and give you medical care. Of course, it's not all cozy retirement. Arthritis creeps in, teeth get bad, your stomach gets picky. And yes, hairballs are still a thing. Even after a lifetime of practice, they never get less gross. But here's the thing. Your legacy isn't just naps or hairballs. It's bigger. You've shaped human culture for thousands of years. From Egyptian temples to medieval pest control to modern therapy animals, cats have left paw prints all over history. And in the home, you're more than a pet. You're family. Your purr lowers human stress, your presence helps with loneliness, and your ridiculous zoomies at 2 a.m., they remind people not to take life too seriously. So yeah, being a cat sucks. You start blind, helpless, and kinda gross. You stumble through chaos, you fight boredom, you suffer through costumes and vet visits, but you also survive. You adapt, you endure, and somehow you convince an entire species to worship you, feed you, and build the internet around you. So, let's recap. Being a cat, yeah, it sucks. You start blind, helpless, and basically useless. You stumble through awkward kittenhood, suffer hormonal chaos, face the boredom of laser dots you'll never catch, and endure the humiliation of banana costumes and vet visits. But in the end, you thrive. You outlast the chaos. You earn worship, cuddles, and endless internet fame. And maybe that's the takeaway. Life sucks sometimes, but resilience and a little mischief goes a long way. Fun fact, cats may sleep 16 hours a day, but the other 8, they're plotting, usually against your plan houses. So, what's next? If you think being a cat is tough, wait until you hear why it sucks to be the next on my list that one of you suggested. Until then, smash that like button, subscribe for more animal chaos, and tell me in the comments, which animal do you think has the suckiest life? Because no matter the species, life's a wild fold. Not bad for an animal that spends most of its life asleep.